For those who prefer Linux or are simply curious about Linux and other open source technologies, this is Category 5 Technology TV.
Category 5 Technology TV. It's Tuesday, the 11th of December, 2012.
Wild.
Yeah.
Greetings,
hey,
world. Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fabulous, and I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, nice to have you here.
Fun. It's a bit of a mix-up. I didn't know which day it was, which month it was, when I was supposed to come.
Oh, it's very confusing. And then they
Yeah.
Crazy. Here you are.
I'm here.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Nice to see everybody.
Yes, everybody in the chat room. Tons of people presently chatting away from the worldwide world.
The tech guru. The tech guru.
Oh no!
Thanks, Jot.
Can you hear me now?
Anybody can you hear me now? Welcome to the show.
Rewind. What episode is it? What day is it?
273. The 11th of December.
It is.
Nice to see you, everybody. Thanks, chat room. We love having you here and watching out for us. You are like our... You don't even need to hire audio engineers anymore because the guys in the chat room will be like, it's a little quiet there,
funky.
Robbie. Something's going on with your mic there. Maybe it's not even plugged in. Just saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hey, Rob Gore. Carly, nice to see you.
Hey, everybody there coming to us from Chicago, near Charleston, and West Virginia. That's in the Americas.
Rev D. Jenk.
Where's the worldwide world? People are watching all over.
Where are you watching from? And certainly if you're new here, make sure you say hi in the chat room. It's Category 5 on Freenode, or of course you can visit our website, category5.tv, click on Interact and join the chat room. Hey, JP. Rob Gore's watching from Melbourne, Australia. Nice to see ya.
Carly's watching from here in Barrie.
Woohoo!
Hey, oh, Barrie. Yay.
+1 for Barrie. All right. We are up
fabulous.
3 points tonight. 4 points. Four points for Barrie.
Hey.
1 for Melbourne. We are winning here, Rob Gore.
It's pretty fabulous having everybody from
Sure
all
is.
over.
Yeah.
Anyways, I got some news. I'm going to tell you a little bit of a teaser right now of what you can expect in just a brief while. Coming up in the newsroom, a Virgin Galactic spaceship will cater to both passengers and scientists.
Yes. What if you fall under both of those classifications?
Then you definitely better chance to get on that thing.
Yes.
Definitely. A new IBM chip will use light to speed up communications with apps and other net services. Google had a pretty bad cloud outage yesterday, which we're going to talk about a little bit more.
I felt that, yeah.
As well, Twitter and Instagram are parting ways. But no worries, Twitter has its own Instagram killer. And lastly, MIT scientists have developed an early model shape-shifting robot. Stick around because these stories are coming up later in our show.
That sounds cool.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I got to say greets to Dave Maydew, who's joining us in the chat room as well tonight. Great to see ya.
Where you been?
Yeah.
We're glad you're there. Now, though, we are.
Always miss you. Drumstick, nice to see you again as well. Yeah, I see like tons of people from all over the world here.
It's pretty sweet.
Nice to see you.
We like to talk to people from around the world in the chat room, but we also like to get people's postcards from around the world.
We sure do. And how can they send those in?
Send your postcards or maybe belated Christmas cards to Category 5 Technology TV, P.O. Box 29009, Barrie, Ontario, which of course is in Canada, L4N 7W7. We would love to hear from you that way. We've got our lovely wall of, it's like a beautiful collage of cards and trinkets and pictures from around the world from viewers like you, and we love it.
Birthday greetings go out to Chris Reich tonight.
Happy birthday!
Happy 29th, man.
Thanks for spending your birthday with us.
Yeah, thanks for being here. I hope it's a nice day for you. But happy birthday, my friend. Nice to see you.
Totally. Totally awesome.
Guest 6590 is joining us live tonight from Naples, Florida.
Ooh, cool.
Great to have you here.
Uh-huh. Lots of friends, that's for sure. We like it. We love it.
Rob Gore says, show us the postcard wall. Show us the postcard wall. If you're watching Backstage Pass, you can see the postcard wall.
Yes, you can.
Or if you go to our website, category5.tv, there is a picture of it for you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I think that is, let's see here. I'll find it for you.
That would be great because it is really cool. Like, I'm looking at it right now. I see it's like a little bit of history. All of our friends sending us.
It means so much to receive them, for sure.
Stuff like little highlights of your town. That's cool. Where you're from. We'd send you a Barrie postcard, but it's not that exciting.
It is exciting. It's just that it would take 2 weeks to get here anyway, and it's Barrie, and it's a local. Like, I could just hand deliver it to the studio, right?
It's true.
Not that Barrie's not exciting. It's just.
Well, to each their own, or something like that.
I'm trying to remember where I put the picture of the postcard wall. I don't know if I put it up on our Flickr channel or it is. Oh, you know what? It's probably on our Facebook channel because that's where everything tends to go.
Yeah.
There is a picture on our Flickr channel that kind of shows it. This is a behind the scenes from a while ago.
Yes.
And you can see that there is the postcard wall right there. So that's what the studio looks like from Heather's perspective. And that's on our Flickr photo gallery on our website. Yeah.
Very, very cool. Sweet.
Yeah, okay, so tonight, we were planning to look at this Brother printer. I know if you're following me on Twitter and through Facebook, and if you're watching the show's calendar at cap5.tv/calendar, it's really, really exciting that we're going to be looking at the brand new Business Smart line of printers from Brother. This is their latest and greatest. It's got the super high yield cartridges. Cool. It's crazy awesome. I want to lift this up and show it to you because it is lightweight.
Ooh,
can you see that?
There it is. I see it.
They have made probably the sleekest printer that I've seen in a long time. But you see how small and lightweight this is?
Yeah, yeah.
It prints 11 by 17.
Really?
Figure that out. We're going to be looking at that. Now, we wanted to look at that this week, but unfortunately it didn't work out because there is an interview involved, and unfortunately there's some sickness. A flu going around at the other end. So we're going to have our guest joining us again instead next week. So
very cool.
Make sure you watch for it. But you see that beautiful printer. It's got a scanner, fax, touchscreen color, touchscreen. It prints 11 by 17. It's got the sheet feeder. It is duplexing, so that means it automatically flips to the other side, all in that little lightweight thing.
That's cool.
And we're going to be giving one away for Christmas.
What?
So,
can I get in on this? Please.
You don't want to miss out on next week's show, right?
Very cool. That's awesome. Sounds good to me.
It's an inkjet Rev D-Jank, but it has 4 cartridges, so you've got the CMYK, so you don't have to worry about if you run out of yellow ink, having to replace the whole color cartridge. It's just the yellow cartridge.
Interesting. Wow. Okay, well that'll be a sweet show. I'm excited for that.
Definitely. So, what are we doing tonight instead? We are going to be looking at how to create our very own custom calendar.
Ooh, cool.
So I'm talking a 12-month calendar, and we're going to start by creating one for Category 5 TV. And when we create it, you're actually going to be able to get yourself one. But stick around, we're going to be showing you how to do that. It makes a great gift.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, pictures of the kids.
Grandmas love that sort of thing. Honestly,
absolutely.
They eat it up.
It's perfect. So stick around, we're going to be looking at all that. And we've got your viewer questions as well. Love to receive those, and we're going to be addressing those shortly. If you've got a mobile device, bring up m.cat5.tv, and you'll be able to bring that up on your device. It's our mobile website. Very cool stuff, and it, of course, gives you access to the show through your smartphone or tablet.
Very, very cool.
Yes. All right, well, we've got to take a really quick break before we talk about how to create our calendar. And then we've got your viewer questions coming up in a little while and all those great stories that Hillary's going to be talking about. I want to learn about this shape-shifting robot.
As do I. I'm very
curious. I have an interest in robots, as you may have noticed. So stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Join Category 5 Technology TV on December 25th for our Christmas special. With musical performances by our on-air team, plus a special guest performance by our co-host from Seasons 1 and 2, Carrie Webb. Don't miss the Christmas special, Tuesday, December 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. www.category5.tv.
At Eco Alkalines, we believe you should be able to trust your batteries not just here, but here, and here. But with one exception, you should also be able to trust your batteries here. Eco Alkalines are the world's first and only certified carbon-neutral battery manufactured to the highest standards of recycling and quality, without any trace amounts of harmful chemicals like mercury, lead, or cadmium. Eco Alkalines provide performance that rivals leading national alkaline battery brands at a comparable price. Find out more about the Eco Alkalines difference. EcoAlkalines.com.
This is Category 5 Technology TV, episode number 273. Thanks for joining us. I'm Robbie Ferguson.
I'm Hillary Rumble, keeping it real over here.
Hillary, before we get into our feature, creating a calendar, I want to show you something so super cool.
I love cool things.
For all the geek freaks out there.
Dreamland?
Dreamland from Brent Spiner.
Oh.
Yeah. What I thought was cool. Do you know who Brent Spiner is?
Okay, I know, but
I'm waiting
can't.
for it. No.
I know, but I don't know.
Check this out. Yes! Heather wins.
Okay, I knew. I'm like, I recognize that name, but I can't figure out.
Personally autographed. This is actually autographed.
What?
You can get it off of his website, therealbrentspiner.com. I thought that was impressive that I was going to get this. So excited about this, but look at this. Sent it in an envelope, and the geek in me is so excited about that.
He signed it.
Yes.
Himself.
He actually signed the envelope himself.
Wow.
How do you like that?
Really cool. So wait, he has his own CD?
He's got a couple CDs. He's actually
really?
a bit of a crooner. He's really good.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's cool.
We love Brent Spiner. So, yeah. Lieutenant Commander Data from Star Trek.
Right. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now I recall. Sorry, everyone. Don't get mad. I know.
They love you.
I knew the name. I just
understand.
couldn't remember.
It's been a while. Yeah.
I haven't talked geek in a few weeks. I'm just kidding.
A. Jameson gets it. Well, it was $25 for the CD, and he signed it and everything. But interesting that he actually stood in the post office and said, "Okay,"
and actually did it.
Another one of these Trek nerds has bought my CD. Ha 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 ha. You know, and then mailed it off and signed it.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, good.
We'll add that to the collection of awesome.
Well, I can't throw away the envelope now.
No, it's cool.
It's like, just can't throw away the envelope, and that's just clutter.
That's his autograph.
Yeah.
You have it twice. Not once, but twice.
Once sent directly to me.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay, so tonight we want to create an actual calendar with our own photos.
Yes.
And so I've actually created a little bit of a collection of photos from Category 5
days gone by.
Yeah. Oh. Really, when you want to create a calendar, what's the first thing you got to do? You got to find 12 photos or something like that. You need one for every month if you're going to do a one-year calendar.
True.
So in my case, I'm also going to do a couple of collages. We might have like a Hillary Rumble page, and it's got 3 pictures of Hillary, for example. Right?
Very cool.
So what we'll do, we're going to bring up a website called Lulu.
Lulu.
Yeah. Lulu.com. And once we're there, we're going to hit sign up here. And really quickly, we're going to create an account.
Looks good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. Good, strong password.
Yes.
Good job.
Always strong passwords. Do you want notifications? I'll turn it off just because then they're going to get our autoresponder every time.
Right.
Okay, signed up and good to go. We're logged in as Category 5 Technology TV.
Cool.
Let's publish. So first thing, now you see that Lulu does some other stuff too. Books, ebooks, photo books. Photo books, very cool thing if you're into that. Making an actual.
I love photo books.
Take some wedding photos, and put them together in a really nice
kind
of portfolio looking thing with them printed directly on the page. They do a really, really nice job. You can see, from the website here, It's really professional stuff. I'll click on photo books just so you can see kind of
Another project for another day.
There you go, for another day. But for tonight,
like
we're going to go to calendars. And we're actually going to create our calendar. So you can choose whether you want a standard size, which is 11 by 17 open, or a premium size, which is 13.5 by 19 inches. So that's quite large. But you'll see that that starts at $25.49, whereas the smaller one, which is the regular size calendar, is only $13.99. So we'll do that one.
Okay.
Okay. So I've single clicked on it and go start creating. So as I said, I've already kind of gone through my photos and picked out some that are going to work, and I've labeled them, you know, January, February,
smart.
April. There's March is going to be your collage, May, July kind of thing, right? So we can take a picture like this.
Oh, hey,
and we'll actually be making...
That's
yeah.
me.
And we'll be putting that together in a calendar. So
Cool.
that's just loading up there. This is what's neat about you know, the modern web, is everything is done through your web browser. So we don't need to buy software to be able to do this.
Not anymore. I remember when you used to have to, like, special thing, like, buy certain CDs to, like, just to get clip art.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then you
And
still
to
have
make
to
a
find someone to
calendar.
print it.
Yeah.
Which means probably getting in the car with it on a CD or a floppy disk.
Yeah,
And taking
a
it to
floppy
somebody,
disk, yes.
having it printed. Now it's all done in one place.
So
it's all
easy.
done through your web browser. It's
Very
so easy breezy. So looking at this, there are many, many templates that you can use. These are themes that Lulu provides for you. And you can see that you can basically just pick one that you like. If you want to take, you know, the real easy way out, so to speak, you can choose one of these themes that kind of already lay out your photos in a fancy way with a background behind them and looks like some kind of a cutaway, you know, these kinds of things. And it looks really professional. But for me, I want to actually fill the whole page. So this one with the puppy is called Modern. And you can see that the picture is in fact going to fill the entire page. So that's the one that I want because that gives me a little bit more control. You can choose whichever one you like. So you can either upload your photos at this step, or alternatively you can upload them at the next step and kind of lay them out. I prefer to just go next, choose my dates. So I've not uploaded any photos. Date range, January 2013 to December 2013. Of course, that's going to be a standard calendar for the year of 2013, but you can change, you know, what month you want it to end on. You could make it a 2-year calendar if you wanted to.
Cool.
It's going to increase the cost based on how many pages. We'll just do a full 1 year starting from January, ending in December. Next, we'll set events. So let's say, okay, we're going to add new. Hillary, your birthday, please.
July 19th.
So we're going to go like this so that everybody knows to celebrate on that very special day.
Ooh, Friday. Sweet.
Every year. And save. So Hillary's birthday will come up there. Robbie's birthday.
Very close to mine.
Yeah,
isn't it?
we're like birthday twins. July 17th, a Wednesday.
Yeah, super close.
And notice I've set that to every year. The reason that I've done that is so that if I do create a calendar for next year, it will automatically put my birthdays in. Nice and easy.
Smart.
Right? So that's pretty cool. So that gets us started with a couple of different events. You can put in anything that you like. So we're going to go see your calendar. You can also add public holidays. I don't know if you saw that or not. I'll just show you quickly again.
Oh, that's
Public
smart.
holidays, pretty cool. If you're making this for Canada only, you can check off Canada, and it will actually add Canadian holidays to your calendar for you automatically.
That's cool.
I've opted against that because we're building something for, you know, the viewers that you yourself may want to put up on the wall. We've got viewers all over the world, so if I put in Canadian holidays, it's off for you at home. So we'll leave that out, but we'll put our birthdays and show episodes and things like that on there. So we'll leave that, but you can add that to your calendar. So there's what the front of my calendar looks like so far. Pretty plain. You can see there's looking at the inside of the calendar. See what I've done is I've just simply clicked on a month down at the bottom here, January, February, March, right down here. Okay? So let's start with January. And you'll see that if I zoom in using the zoom tool down here, you can in fact read what's in there. And you'll see that for the full size, it's asking for a 3375 pixel by 2625 pixel. Okay, pretty sure you can see that at home. So that's if I want it to fill the entire page, just like the picture did. Now I can also, up at the left-hand side here, I can choose these different grid patterns.
Okay, I see.
So if I'd like, I can go with this grid pattern, and now it's going to break up my calendar in such a way. Let's see if I got it. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So now, instead of that one great big area, I've got a larger area at the left, which is 2142 by 2625, and then a couple of areas on the right. One of them is 1213, and the other one is just a little bit of a different height. Okay, so you can set up your own grid patterns like that, and it allows you to really, place, if you're doing pictures of the kids, you can have one really nice picture, and then a picture of the dog, and a picture of a toy or something next to it. And it gives a real kind of, almost a scrapbooking kind of feel to it. So let's start with just a single photo that's going to fill the entire page. So now over here at the right, I'm going to go Add Images, and I'm going to go Upload Your Images, go into that folder where I've got all those pictures, and I'm going to grab the team photo from January. For January. This is the one that I picked. So it's going to upload that, nice and simple. Now this is just telling me that, hey, you know what, this is a multitasking website. You can either wait or you can keep on working. And you can actually keep working, and it will do your upload in the background, which is pretty awesome. So it works very much like a multitasking environment that you can work in. I like to see kind of the progress here. So it's going. Keep in mind that with Lulu, when you're creating your calendars, there is a 10 megabyte limit to each image. So if you've created the images yourself in the GIMP or Photoshop, you want to make sure that they are at most 10 megs. Shouldn't be a problem because it's providing you with the dimensions that it wants. Some of the pictures that come off of our camera, because they're such high resolution, if I edit them and then resave them as a JPEG with 100% quality, they're going to be something like 15 or 16 megs, so then they don't work. So, so that's something to keep in mind. So these photos, as you see, they're just 6, almost 7 megs. So here it goes, almost there. I can just hit done if I want, and it's going to show up over here. It's a very easy to use drag and drop kind of interface.
Yeah.
And you'll notice that I didn't actually scale this image that is uploading right now. It is just strictly, well, I think I cropped it just to, no, I haven't even cropped it. So you see that there is, some studio cloth at the right-hand side there, the edge of our drape, So we'll actually crop that using Lulu instead of the GIMP in this particular case. So you see that it's there. Okay. So now I simply hold in and drag it and drop it onto my canvas, and it puts it in there in kind of a preview mode. And you'll see that it has already cropped the edge because of the way that it has scaled it. So if I'm not happy with the cropping, I can actually just kind of zoom out a little bit so that I can see the whole canvas and single click on my image, and you can see that there's now a zoom tool that allows me to zoom in on the photo and drag the photo around directly, within my web browser. There you go. Some photos that you load up might come in, crooked or whatever, so you can rotate them and then position them within your canvas. So now that that's done, there's our January.
Cool.
So January is ready to go.
Sweet.
And that's what it looks like. Okay. Skipping along, so let's do March. Okay, January, February, March, and we're gonna do let's do one of these collages that I was saying about. Okay.
Alrighty.
So what I've already done, just to be prepared for this, is we've got 3 pictures of Hillary here, because March is going to be Hillary's month. So there's picture number 1, picture number 2, and picture number 3. Okay? Good with that?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's grab the one that I've created for the left side, and you'll see, again, that Lulu actually gives you the dimensions that it wants. Okay? 2142 by 2625. So using the GIMP, we can take the original photo. Let's maybe do one just so that you see how it works. Okay, so this is the photo that I want to use. I'm going to open this up in the GIMP. Okay, so with this one, I want to actually do a little bit of cropping myself. I could just upload it and then have do the kind of stretch it out and do it that way, but I want to actually add a little bit of an effect to it to make it look nice. So instead of just having the raw photo from the camera where you can kind of see a couple of the wrinkles in the drape behind you and things like that, we want to kind of clean it up a little bit. So dimensions for this back at Lulu are 2142 by 2625. Let's see if I can remember. Okay, file, new. 2142 by 2.
I forget. I tried to remember too.
See, this is why I do like the GIMP layout, because I can move things around.
That is cool.
See behind it, unlike Photoshop where it's all one window. Okay, so I've created the dimensions of a new image. Now, next thing, very, very important, go to Advanced Options and change it to 300 dpi. Okay, so that's the dots per inch, and then hit OK. So now I have a canvas which is going to perfectly fit within the leftmost area of this particular calendar.
Huh.
All right. So we're going to grab that photo, and if we look at this photo is 2,472 pixels wide. So it's obviously a lot wider than the space that it needs, which is 2142 wide. So we can either crop and scale that, we could copy it in, paste it, move it around like this kind of thing, right? And just let it work like that. And that's probably how I would end up doing it. In some cases, you may want to crop and scale your image itself first. And see, what I've done is Control-A, Control-C, and then over at this one, I've hit Control-V to paste it in. And then we'll let that be a new layer. So now this is perfect proportionally to that left area. So we'll move you around the canvas to where I like it. And one of the things that I keep in mind here, Hillary, is that it's going to put the pinhole at the top of the canvas as well. So keep in mind that if you are doing a full-size picture and the person is dead center, they're going to have a black dot right there in the middle of their forehead. And that's where the pin is going to be, right? So I try to position things in such a way that none of the foreground objects, the people, animals, or particular focus is words, if you've got text on your images, none of that stuff is going to be obscured by the hole. Okay?
Good thinking.
So similarly, I know that the hole is going to be up right about here. So it's not going to be in the middle of your hair or anything like that, which would possibly look a little silly. So now I'm going to use a circular ellipse marquee, and I'm just going to create a bit of a vignette on the photo itself as well, just to give it a nice kind of look that looks a little more professional than just a plain straight off the camera picture. With GIMP, it's really easy because I can resize my vignette once it's created and put it exactly where I'd like it. So I've created a round vignette. I'm going to go select feather. Because this is 2100 pixels wide, about 750 would be appropriate for this image, about a quarter to half feathering. And what that does, it doesn't look like it did anything. I'm going to go select invert and then create a new layer, which is an empty layer, but I still have this marquee. And now the marquee is outside of you in the image. I'm going to go edit, fill with background color, and see what that's done.
Ooh.
Okay, so it's created a really nice kind of marquee there, or a vignette. So now next step is I want to actually use this freeform select tool and just kind of click around loosely around you. Doesn't have to be exact by any means, because we're going to also feather this one. It's just so that we can brighten you up. And watch what's going to happen, because that feather is obviously covering part of you as well. See how you're darker?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I've loosely gone around you. I'm going to go select, and we're going to do a feathering here, but only about 250 pixels, just so it's a soft edge. And I'm going to go Control X. Okay?
Ooh.
And all that's done is just popped you right out of that vignette. So now the vignette looks like that. So where you are standing is perfectly empty.
Would you
right?
look at that?
I'm going to put you back in the photo, and it looks like that. So now we'll file, save as. So a little bit of a GIMP tutorial off unintentionally
we
as
like
well.
learning.
So I'll just throw that on the desktop, and we'll call that photo left.jpg. Okay, I'm going with JPEG because I do want these files to be under 10 megs. If I was going with PNG, yes, it would probably be higher quality because it's lossless, but then I'm going to have issues with the actual size of the images. JPEG, because we're working in fairly high resolution, is still going to be excellent. You're not likely going to be able to tell the difference. So Okay, so now I'm going to add images and upload that new image from my desktop, photo left. And you'll see that that is about 5 megs, so it is a good, fair size file. Any questions in the chat room so far? Hillary is there.
I am here.
This is Category 5 Technology TV, and tonight we're looking at Lulu, and we're creating our very own calendar. You can create your own custom calendar as well using free tools, such as what we're using tonight for the image manipulation end of it, which is GIMP. And GIMP is available as a free download at gimp.org. And then we're using the free online tool called Lulu, and it's available at lulu.com, and that's spelled LULU.com.
Very cool.
There we go. That's almost uploaded.
Almost done.
Questions in the chat room? Feel free to ping us.
Send them our way.
Here we go. And while that's loading, I'm actually going to load the next 2 files as well.
Good thinking.
Which we can do because it is multitasked. Okay. Those are the 2. There we go. I'm going to say done. So now this one is all loaded. This is the one that we just created in the GIMP. I'm going to grab that and drag it and pop it onto the left side there. Okay? So you can see that that is a perfect fit for that.
That's great.
The pinhole is, as I said, up to your left, my right.
Not on my noggin.
No, and it looks good on the brick there as well. Okay. Check on the status of our last 2 files. It's about halfway done.
Question. Can the finished calendar be sent anywhere around the world?
I believe so. I mean, Lulu is an online ordering system, and you can...
Makes sense.
I've never heard of any
be able to.
limitations to where they can send to. So.
Obviously, your shipping rates would vary depending on where you live and where they are being sent from, but we don't see why not.
For sure. And this one is almost done here. The month of March. So even though those are still uploading, I'm going to hit save. I like to save my work. We're going to call this 2013 Category 5 TV Calendar.
Cool.
Author. We'll just say Robbie Ferguson because it's me at the keys.
That is you.
That is me.
Don't you know?
Right now, I'm going to leave it as private because I'm still working on it. I'm not going to set it as public yet. And I'm going to hit save. Okay? So now here's another photo of you. Ready to go. So I'm going to drag that and drop it up here.
Aw, look at me. Look at me with a little stuffed dog.
Yeah, that was how that got into the photo shoot. We'll never know.
I don't know. Someone's like, "Here, take this stuffed dog." I'm like, "Okay."
I think it was Eric. I think it was Eric pushed the puppy on.
That seems like something he would
cutesy.
do.
Yeah, it does seem like it, doesn't it? Last photo is just loading up here. Here it comes. There.
Oh yeah, that's me.
So now I can drag that there. And there it is. Okay, so now we've got a Hillary collage. So let's say I would prefer this to be reordered, so I can actually drag this one down here and drop it, and it will switch order. I can move them back and forth depending on their dimensions. I can zoom in and things like that. One of the nice things about this, too, is that Lulu is going to watch out for the quality of your work. So if, for example, let's say this leftmost photo, let's say we wanted to make you just a face shot, right? So we wanted to zoom in. So let's click on that and let's zoom in. Watch what happens at the top left. Okay.
Warning.
Yeah. What's happening here is that you are actually exceeding the resolution of your photograph. So if you've got a particular photo and you try to stretch it out, it's going to all of a sudden step into grainy looking photo, right? Because you're stretching it beyond the proportions or the dimensions of the image. So that's warning me that you better back up.
My face is pixelated.
Yes, exactly. There you go. Okay, so that is as far out as I would want to go in order to keep it absolutely perfect resolution. Okay, but we actually created this image for this space, so there we go. And that's really all that there is to it. So we've saved it once. I'm going to save it again now that we've made some changes. And when we're done, so create your cover, create each individual month. We've only done 2 today, but let's pretend that we're ready to go. Now we're going to go preview and finish. And it says, obviously it's warning me that I've got some empty pages. hey, you didn't do all the work you're supposed to do, that's okay. And there is the Hillary page.
Wow.
So if you would like that to grace your wall,
who wouldn't?
Let's
get real here.
Let's jump over to July as well. I want to show you something. June, July. And the resolution is pretty low here, but you do see that there is some writing on the 17th and 19th.
Yes, indicating our birth.
And that is our birthday. So we can go publish up at the top right and publish our calendar. And now all of a sudden, our calendar is up, ready to be ordered. Doesn't take very long at all. And so Lulu is going to go through those files, create a print-ready version of the file. They're going to take care of the sales. They're going to take care of the actual order, the order process. They're going to provide you with a link that you can send to your friends. And it basically just goes through this process really, really fast.
Okay.
And it will let you know as soon as the files are ready and you can start ordering your calendar. So all in all, I mean, within, you'd probably take an hour to do it right, and you'd have a really nice looking calendar. So make sure your photos are as good a quality as you possibly can. Like any print job, you want them to be really high resolution. If you're using a little chintzy camera, not a good idea, because it's going to result in, you're not going to be as happy with the results. If it's low resolution. So, and that's already done. It's created it for me. I've got my downloadable version, and I can actually save and continue, and I can place an order. My calendar is $13.99.
Very cool. So, in the event of us finishing said Category 5 calendar...
Yes. Oh, it will be done.
To the general public...
Oh, it will be done.
They can order it.
Yes.
For real.
You'll see it on our website.
Life.
Category5.tv if you'd like to have one of those for 2013. We've got pictures of the entire crew here at Category 5 Technology TV
Very
Season
cool.
6. Feel free. I mean, go to category5.tv. We're going to finish up our Lulu calendar and make it available to you. Also, follow me on Twitter, Robbie Ferguson. Follow Hillary on Twitter, Hillary Rumble. Follow the show on Twitter. It's Category 5 TV. You see it down there just below Hillary. And we're going to be posting it there as soon as it's ready for you, and you can order it online, direct from Hulu.
Very cool.
Cool.
And just an FYI, Category5.tv is a member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. And the International Association of Internet Broadcasters.
Thanks, Hal.
You're welcome.
Ready for it?
I'm ready for the news. Are you? Lots happening in the World Wide Web. Lots happening in the world. Here it is. Coming at you. These are the top stories from the Category5.tv newsroom. Sir Richard Branson wants his tourist spaceship also to become a high-altitude science platform. The billionaire's rocket plane will carry 6 fare-paying passengers just above the atmosphere to experience a few minutes of weightlessness.
And to be clear, that's fare, F-A-R-E, not fair, as in a fair price.
They have to pay the
a lot
fare. Ooh, that
not
costs
a fair
an arm and a leg.
Yes.
Seriously. But you'd experience a few minutes of weightlessness. But the vehicle has been designed so that its seats can be removed easily, and the space then becomes filled with science gear. Passengers will ride the rocket plane for the fun of it, but scientists would also use it for the same reasons. They also fly experiments on the International Space Station, or on sounding rockets to access microgravity conditions. Very cool.
Neat.
The weightless environment provides a unique perspective on physical systems and processes, and is helping researchers to better understand disease and to develop new materials. Passenger flights should begin in 18 months or so. Research sorties could start soon after.
That's awesome.
Who knows how much that'll cost, but it sounds very cool. Moving along, IBM says it has developed a chip that makes it easier to shuttle data via pulses of light instead of using electrical signals. The firm says it should offer a way to move large amounts of information between processors and computer servers at higher speeds than at present. These provide computing power and data used by apps and other net services. One third-party expert said, the significance of the innovation was that it was much cheaper than other options. Details of the development are to be presented at the International Electron Devices meeting in San Francisco.
Interesting.
Yesterday, Gmail's outage was not just another pain. out-of-control code also brought down some Chrome browsers, hurting productivity for those affected. As the boundary between cloud services and native clients blur, enterprises cannot afford this kind of instability any longer. Monday was not fun if you were a Google user. For about 40 minutes yesterday afternoon on the East Coast, Gmail service as well as Google Drive experienced scattered outages. Reports indicate that personal Gmail accounts may have been affected more than the Google Apps accounts.
You know what's wild about that is that people think, well, I don't use Google. Maybe I use a different search engine, and so I'm not affected. Maybe I don't use Gmail or anything like that. But Google and all these different cloud services are everywhere. I mean, if what actually happened to us, if you can believe, Google's outage took out the Category 5 website.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
But how does that happen, right?
They just own the world, don't they?
I'll show you how this happened. And you don't realize, and me as a programmer, I'd never even thought that, you know what, well, Google will have one day, you know, in December, we'll have an outage that will take out our website. You go to our website, and there it is. And there's all our episodes and everything, and you scroll down, and you take it for granted. But all of a sudden, you realize, oh, you know what? There's a calendar over here that shows you what's coming up on the show. That's powered by our calendar.
On
which is
Google
Calendar, right?
Huh.
There it is.
Would you look at that?
Powered by Google Calendar. So this is where everything is stored. So what happened in our case, it's trying to load the calendar, and it ended up failing out the website and never loaded the homepage. So if you did see an error message there during that Google outage, that's what happened. Now, as soon as I caught on to that, I rewrote some code and made it so that there was an error handler there. But a lot of people didn't realize. And in our case, because we cache the calendar so that it's not making requests to Google all the time, it basically connects out, downloads the information, saves it on our server, and then serves it up to our viewers so that they're not actually making that connection. Because of that, it was a cache file. So even after, you know, they say, well, it was only down for 30 minutes or it was only down for 40 minutes. Well, we cache for a day. So if I didn't catch that, and a lot of web people won't be that proactive, if I didn't catch that, the cache could have left our website down for an entire day.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. So that's what they don't.
I never would have thought such a thing.
Yeah, they don't really realize that, no, it affects a lot more than just Google users that are on Gmail.
Yeah.
Right? Absolutely.
Huh. Got another story for you, peeps. It keeps on coming crazy. This one affects me personally.
Oh, no.
Twitter has introduced a new feature allowing members to apply retro and other filters to their images, replicating Instagram, the popular Facebook-owned photography app, which has cut ties with the microblogging network. The move is part of an effort by Twitter to take more control over its service. It has gradually restricted how much data it shares with outside apps and introduced its own competing versions of them. Thus, you can see in the picture the different layers and things you can add to your pictures. The introduction of in-house image filtering software by Twitter was anticipated. Last week, Instagram severed a link with Twitter Cards, a system that ensured photographs would be well presented if they were shared on Twitter. Over the weekend, it stopped its members embedding photographs in tweets completely. Sharing an Instagram image now means a link is posted.
Ouch.
Now you can't see my Instagram pics.
Well, there'll be links. And who wants that?
Yeah.
That's interesting because Instagram used to be, well, I mean, TwitPic was the big thing, and then Twitter went and created something to replace them, and that was unfair. That was unnecessary. But here is an instance where Instagram was for Twitter.
Right.
And then all of a sudden Facebook bought it, made it for Facebook, and then shut down its ability to use Twitter.
Weird.
That's sneaky, sneaky. So now, hey, here you go. There's another option for you. At least the features haven't been lost, eh?
Yes.
Like, at least they're doing something else.
That's true. Something, their own thing. All right, last story. It may not look like a character from the Transformer franchise, but a tiny robot made in the U.S. is able to change shape. Built at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, it uses magnets to mimic molecules that fold themselves into complex shapes. The research could lead to robots that could be reconfigured to perform many different tasks.
That's weird because when you told us about this, I was kind of expecting something that could make itself look like a hamburger or a sandwich.
Not yet, but
This looks more like
maybe in a few months.
Chain link of metal.
We need a video. We need to see it.
Yeah, maybe see it actually changing shape. But
morphing.
yeah.
Transform. Autobots.
What do you think? It's kind of like... So what else could it turn into? Maybe like a circular kind of version of itself? But hey, it's a start.
It is a start. And that's it for the newsroom. You can get these full stories online at category5.tv/newsroom. The newsroom is researched by Roy W. Nash with contributions from our amazing community of viewers. If you have a story you think is worthy of on-air mention, shoot us an email at category5 or newsroom at category5.tv. From the newsroom, I'm Hillary Rumble.
Thanks, Hill. Tonight's show is brought to you in part by Cordery Electrical Contracting, Inc. Find them online at corderyelectric.com if you're looking for an electrician, an electrical company anywhere in Simcoe County, the surrounding areas. Make sure you give them a call, 705-326-2179. Also, we would love to give you a free 1-month trial of Netflix, cat5.tv/Netflix.
Cool, dude.
So, hey, you got some viewer questions for me?
I do.
All right.
I do.
Thanks for sending in your question, folks.
We love getting them because that's what we love to do. Answer your questions. Help you out. This comes to us from Lewis from Ireland.
Hey, Lewis.
Dear Robbie, I have installed a version of Ubuntu Knoppix. I call it the German version. I find it very easy to use. The computer details are Athlon 750 dual processor and at the moment 2 gigabytes of memory. But by the time you read this, we will have 8 gigabytes of memory. The processor speed is 2.7 gigahertz. We installed VirtualBox and it works okay, but will not recognize the USB port. Why? Can you tell me how to solve this? The USB port works on Ubuntu, but does not seem to work on VirtualBox with Windows. The computer has 2 extra cards that gives me extra USB ports. Many thanks, and thanks for your help.
Sure. So Ubuntu is the host.
Yes, I think.
And Windows is the guest on VirtualBox.
Seems that way.
USB is a proprietary system. And so if you install, depending on how you install your VirtualBox, is going to determine whether or not you're able to access USB. So there's a couple of different ways. Now, if you go into Synaptic Package Manager and do an install of VirtualBox through that, you're going to be getting what's called the OSE, or the Open Source Edition. VirtualBox. Okay? VirtualBox OSE. Okay, so that does not include USB support because it is strictly open standard stuff. So in order to get the USB support, you need to have the full version of VirtualBox, which is available through their own repositories, which you can get on their website, virtualbox.org. And let's see, it's been a while since I've been here, but downloads over on the left-hand side. Scroll... let's click on VirtualBox for Linux hosts. Okay. And you can either get the prepackaged stuff here. I would scroll down here and actually get one of the Debian repositories. Get the one that's appropriate for your version of Ubuntu. How you can determine that, see Precise, Moneric, Natty, Maverick, Lucid. Quick way, now there's a couple different ways, but let's go System Administration, System Monitor, System, and you see that I am running Natty. Okay, so for me, I will take that line that has Natty, okay, and I will copy that to my clipboard, and then I will go into Administration, either Synaptic Package Manager, or I can go into it directly, but I'll do it through Synaptic Package Manager just so you can see. So that's probably where you'll install it from. Settings, Repositories, Other Software, Add, and then paste in your apt line with Control-V. Get rid of that character that I got at the end there if you get one like that, and so that it just reads the text. And then hit Add Source, and then you'll have that source to be able to install the full version. Then you want to follow the commands here. Just follow the instructions. It's pretty easy. Grab this line. Oh, you know what? They've got a combine line here. Get this line here. What this does is it gets the GPG key for their repository, which sounds fancy-dancy. What it means is it's going to prevent you getting errors because it basically gives it gives your computer the information to know that this is a trusted repository. So if you copy that combined link and paste that into your terminal, copy, bring up a terminal window. There you go. Edit, paste, and then hit enter. It's going to actually download that key and it's going to add it so that you can now install without any problem. Follow the instructions there, apt-get update, and then install VirtualBox-4.2 at this point on December 11th, 2012. Okay, so that gives you the full version. Now we need what's called the extension pack. Let's see where we can find that. Downloads. Okay, so we've got VirtualBox installed now. Let's pretend. Okay, this is the next step. Oracle VM VirtualBox. Okay. I must have... There it is. Okay. Cool. Looking for the extensions. There it is. Okay, VirtualBox extension pack released for VirtualBox personal use. Evaluation VirtualBox older builds. No, don't want that. Other builds. Oh, here we go. Extension pack. All supported platforms. Right up at the top. Okay. That extension pack, in fact, gives now virtual... It sounds all complicated, but this is when Oracle took over, right? VirtualBox, when they bought out Sun Microsystems and took over, they broke everything up. So now it's a little more complicated off the get-go, but it's really actually quite a seamless way to do things. So now I've actually got that file. Okay, so I can copy that file. It's from my downloads. I can go into VirtualBox, go File, Preferences, Extensions. Now you see that I already have it, but now I can click on this fancy little thing over here for Add Package, and I can grab that file. Okay, and then open it. That's going to give me the extension pack, and that extension pack now says I've got SATA support, I've got USB support, I've got all these different things that don't come with the free version of VirtualBox because they're not free as in freedom. So then you've got your Windows machine up and running with the extension pack installed on VirtualBox. You need to hit Devices and then install guest additions. Even if you've already done it, make sure you do it again. It's going to update you to the latest version. It's going to give you support for all of the things that are supported. But do be mindful that on your system, here's a Windows system here, I'm going to go Settings. Now that you've got the extension pack installed, go to USB here and just make sure that USB controller is enabled and USB 2.0 is enabled. Okay? So that will ensure that your Windows machine is, in fact, going to have access to your USB ports. All right? Good luck.
Cool.
Hope that works out well for you.
Let us know.
VirtualBox is amazing to allow you to run multiple operating systems on your computer. Gives you a good testing environment if you want to mess around with something and that you don't quite trust, or if you just want to be able to clean things up really easily and revert them back to a previous state. A virtual machine just makes it so easy breezy. But it also allows you to use system resources to their fullest extent, because these days we've got such fast, powerful computers, and it's wasted resources.
Yeah.
You know? Why do I have 16 gigs of RAM? Well, let's run 3 more operating systems at the same time. Might as well. Give them each 4 gigs. Happy.
Smart. Well,
thanks very much for the question.
Thanks for your question.
It's flying by tonight, eh?
I know.
Wow.
Only 7 minutes left of the show.
I know.
Lots of questions, but I have some questions of my own.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, I'm wondering, 'tis the season to be jolly. Where does one find music?
Like Christmas music.
For the Festivus. How do I access the Christmas songs on the interwebs without paying a hefty fee?
Okay.
Because we love doing stuff for free and or inexpensively here on the show.
I think you and I have looked at... You remember looking at Shoutcast before? That's one of the first places that I would start.
I have a vague memory of that, yes.
Okay. This is cross-platform, so if you... And it doesn't have to be Christmas music, but if you're interested in Christmas music, I'll just...
I am.
Yeah, and I am too. But what I mean by that is there's every genre that you could ever want.
Oh.
Okay, alternative, blues, country, whatever. So that's what I mean when I say it doesn't have to be Christmas. This is shoutcast.com. Now, what is this? You think, oh, well, this is just some website that's a whole bunch of radio stations, and that is completely untrue. Shoutcast is a service provider by Nullsoft. Now, do you remember Nullsoft? They're the creators of Winamp. And back when internet radio was in its heyday, they created the the Winamp service and Shoutcast, the service to be able to stream. They basically made it so that radio stations could stream online. So this is still in existence. Shoutcast still exists, and people still broadcast through the Shoutcast servers. So these are independent radio stations. These are FM radio stations. These are online-only radio stations. I love Live Ireland, which is a real Irish radio station from Dublin, Ireland. And
that's neat.
It's actually broadcasting from Dublin. Cool. And here I am in Barrie, and I can listen. So for us tonight, for Christmas music...
Festive.
We can just click on seasonal and holiday at the left-hand side.
Oh, that was easy.
Easy breezy. And there are, a ton of different stations to choose from.
Oh, cool.
Show more. It just keeps going and going and going. And you'll find which ones you like the most. You'll notice that they're sorted by listener, and quite often you'll find that the more listeners, generally speaking, the better the quality of the radio station. You're not going to see one of the real chintzy radio stations with one or two listeners, right? So, Got Radio Christmas Celebration, for example, it's broadcasting at only 64 bits per second, or probably kilobits per second, pardon me. So half of CD quality as far as MP3 is concerned, but it is AAC, so that means it's going to actually be really good quality sound. This one here, this is Got Radio Christmas Celebration. It's broadcasting 128 kilobits per second. MP3. So this is similar to CD quality. So you're actually listening to this thing at close to CD quality, both of these, right?
Cool.
So if I click on the play button next to one of them, it's simply going to... Now, this one downloaded a PLS file because my Linux system is set to open PLS files in Movie Player, which is Totem. And that's fine. That's how I would prefer it. So there you go. Okay, so that's one station. If you're not happy with that one, click on the next one. It's all free. Oh, that's the same one. It's the same radio station. That's right. Just two different versions. So whichever one you think sounds nicer. So next one, let's say, okay, we were more into the inspirational classics. This one's playing Silent Night right now.
Acoustic carols.
Yeah. So there are all these options. And then, of course, when it's over, when Christmas is over, you head on over to the country stations here, and you can click on Kickin' Country and...
Kickin' Country.
Now, if that wasn't a country split-second clip...
I don't know what a better personifies country than that.
Yeah. So that's shoutcast.com for Christmas music. It's it's simply seasonal and holiday on the left-hand side. Check it out.
That was easy.
Absolutely free. And it has that ability to play directly within your browser by default, so that even if you don't have a player like Totem installed, you can still listen. If you want to change those settings, go up to Help and Settings. You do not need to create an account. By default, it's going to be just the web player, which is cool, and that's gonna do pretty well for you. What I mean by you don't have to create an account when you go to a website that allows you to save settings, it requires a login and a password and giving them personal information. There's none of that on Shoutcast. Cool. Instead, they just use a cookie. So if you clear your browser cache, you're going to lose your settings and just have to reset them again. But that's all fine and dandy and private. And it's good stuff.
Cool. Well, thank you for sharing that, because I know I was curious, and I vaguely remembered this setup, but I couldn't remember the website.
If you're on Android as well, if you've got an Android phone or Android tablet,
I do.
Install the Winamp app. That will give you access to Shoutcast. If you're on iOS, iPhone or iPad, there is actually an app called Shoutcast.
Oh, cool.
Either or. So Winamp on Android, Shoutcast on iOS, and you'll have access to that entire repository, that entire list of radio stations, including the Christmas stuff.
Hey, I like that. Thank you. Fabulous.
This is Category 5 Technology TV. Can't believe how time is flying by tonight.
Always flies when you're having fun.
It is.
We have fun here on the show.
Yes. Hey, chat room. Don't forget, we've got lots of stuff to give away for Christmas. We've got our Christmas special coming up. Very, very excited about that. And it's been a lot of work getting ready for it. So I hope that you can join us. It's going to be broadcasting at the same time as ever, but on Christmas Day, because Tuesday is Christmas on the 25th. So we'll actually be broadcasting our live show. Hey, Dennis, Jot. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And what is happening that's a little bit different with our Christmas special?
I don't want to give anything away, but let's just say, if you're into some music, you won't need to go to Shoutcast
Not at all.
Get it.
Not at all.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. We also have, we've got that printer to give away, which we're going to be reviewing next week. We're going to be talking about that. That will be given away during our Christmas special. Also, we have packs of batteries from Eco Alkalines. Check them out, ecoalkalines.com. And we've got, I believe, 6 kind of packages of batteries that we're going to be, not individual packs, but like boxes of batteries that we're going to be sending out. You'll get an assortment of batteries. So, yeah, and lots of other stuff as well. Don't miss it. It's going to be awesome.
And, Robbie, what's tomorrow, quickly? What's special about tomorrow?
Oh, yes. Thanks, Hill.
No problem.
Tomorrow's 12-12-12. And at 12:12 in the afternoon, I expect everyone to be tweeting and retweeting each other.
Happy 12-12-12.
It's kind of the last time that's going to happen for a while, right? I mean, I guess we'll be all binary sometime.
Too confusing.
No. I mean, we've got to go through another 100 years just to get there. So, it's kind of a big deal. All right, have a wonderful night. And really looking forward to what's to come over the next couple of weeks. Heather, thanks for being here again tonight.
Our fabulous photog.
Yes. Check out our Facebook page as well on our website, category5.tv. Click on the Facebook link. And Heather is here shooting some behind the scenes and some really cool stuff there that you don't normally get to see. And that all gets posted to Facebook. So
the FB.
Yeah. Check
it out.
Make sure you like us on Facebook as well. That's important to us. It makes us feel all warm and fuzzy inside to know that you like us.
They really like us.
They like us.
Mind wave.
Thanks. Well, thanks for being here. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Have a great week.
Toodaloo.
See you next Tuesday. And Sasha Dermatis will be here next Tuesday night. See ya.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Category 5 TV broadcasts live from Barrie, Ontario, Canada every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you're watching this on demand or through cable TV, check out the local show times in your area at category5.tv and find out when you can watch live and interact in the community chat room. Category 5 is a production of Prodigy Digital Solutions and is licensed under Creative Commons Attribution 2.5 Canada. We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.